Many people think you can't cure Alzheimer's disease. We have another idea.
Today, many millions of people suffer from Alzheimer's disease. It degrades their lives and that of their friends and family. My name is Peter Rayson. I would like to share with you my story of how Alzheimer's impacted my life, my family, and why I chose to found Telocyte with Michael Fossel. My own exposure to Alzheimer's disease came in the summer of 2011 when my mother Iris was unfortunately diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease and vascular dementia. I was lucky. I could retire early, and with the support of my family, I could become Iris's caregiver. We both decided to focus on the positive. Walking in the park was the most uplifting thing that Iris could do. It wasn't confusing, it wasn't stressful, and it made her very happy. She wanted to make a contribution. One of the constant things that she mentioned to me was there were not enough flowers. Today, there are many thousands of daffodils. I spent many months and years reading everything I could about Alzheimer's. Unfortunately, I couldn't find anything that would help. No intervention, no cure. I came across the work of Michael Fossel. His book, Cells, Aging and Human Disease, was transformational. I have a long history of innovation and change in the aerospace industry. My degree is in mechanical engineering, computer science and control systems. And yet, on reading Michael's work, I could see an analogy with the aerospace industry, where bad data can cascade down, impacting processes and functions. Only this time, it was within our somatic cellular systems. I arranged to meet Michael in Boston. We decided to team up to form Telocyte in 2016, to take his ideas to the clinic. Unfortunately, too late for my mother, who we lost in November of that year. Telocyte's mission is to ensure all of us can live without Alzheimer's. By taking telomerase gene therapy via FDA clinical trials, we would like to share with you why we have the confidence in our clinical biological intervention to reverse and cure Alzheimer's disease, and also the program to do just that.
Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Fossel. I have a PhD in neurobiology and an MD, both from Stanford University, where I used to teach neuroanatomy. For a bit more than 25 years, I was a clinical professor of medicine, and now I run a biotech company. For 2 decades, I've suspected that it's possible to cure Alzheimer's disease. But to do that, we can't aim at symptoms, biomarkers, downstream effects of Alzheimer's. We need to ask ourselves, what's the fundamental cause, and aim directly at that cause. Conventional approach, trying to find a therapy for Alzheimer's disease, have aimed themselves at beta amyloid, tau tangles, and other outcomes of the disease, and they've consistently failed. And the reason is they're aiming at symptoms, not at the disease itself. It would be like trying to treat a viral infection, say Ebola, by only treating the symptoms, for example, fever or low blood pressure. Those are important, but they're not the disease. And if you really want to cure it, you want to aim at the cause of the disease. The same is true of Alzheimer's disease. And what we find is if you look more carefully, right at the fundamental underlying cause, you find these consistent patterns of gene expression change, changes that we can reset. So we find that when we change the pattern of gene expression, our approach works. We're now capable of resetting the pattern of gene expression to normal, resetting cell function to normal, and I think much more importantly, offering hope to people, millions of people, who have Alzheimer's disease or who are afraid they're going to get Alzheimer's disease. So I hope you'll join our vision as we show that we can not merely slow or stop Alzheimer's disease, but we can literally prevent and cure it.
Hello, I'm Mark Hodges. I'm the Chief Operating Officer at Telocyte. Peter and Michael have shared their exciting vision for Telocyte with you, and I'm sure you can sense their passion and their drive for success. My responsibility is to now take that exciting vision and execute against it with our operating plan. We've captured all aspects of our FDA engagement, our manufacturing requirements, our non-clinical trials, and our human trials. And we've utilized all of that information and program planning knowledge to then create our operating budget. In particular, we've chosen to work with PPD as our key strategic consultant in preparation for our IND application to the FDA. And we've also selected Lonza as our manufacturing partner to help us with material supply and product development. In summary, we've built a comprehensive 5-year operating plan. We understand our timelines and we understand our budget cost requirements. We're now ready and able and confident to deliver and execute on the vision that Peter and Michael have set for the future cure of Alzheimer's disease.